warmth of a community. This is why so many people have made Trilogy their new home and their new life. Come discover why.
You're watching KGO TV, ABC 7.
This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are a college instructor from Pasadena, California, Sean Dillon. A foreign service officer from Fairfax, Virginia, Terry Flommer. And our returning champion, a features editor from Akron, Ohio, Lynn Sherwin, whose one-day cash winnings total $22,301. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. In case you missed yesterday's program, Lynn became the champion quite by coincidence because her favorite musical play is My Fair Lady, and we happen to have a clue in our final Jeopardy about Henry Higgins. She got it right. She's here today to defend. Terry and Sean are the newcomers. Two gentlemen wearing red ties. I like it. Good luck. Here we go. Jeopardy round. And our categories, which are national coats of arms, followed by Chico, Harpo, or Groucho, mouse pads, also a presidential name, what's up, clock, and finally, amp it up. Notice those three letters in quotation marks. Lynn?
Amp it up for 2.
It's the and in this clue. Sean?
What is an ampersand?
Yes.
Amp it up for 400, please.
Oval auditorium with tiers of seats around a central open area. Lynn?
What's an amphitheater?
Correct.
Amp it up for 6.
Describes military forces trained to fight on both land and sea. Terry?
What's amphibious?
Yes.
National coats of arms for 2.
Canada's coat of arms contains depictions of a Scottish unicorn, gold fleur-de-lis, and sprig of these leaves. Lynn?
What's a maple leaf?
Yes.
Amp it up for 8.
By definition, your AM radio modulates it. Sean?
What is amplitude?
Yes.
Amp it up for 1,000, please.
Scientist who wrote memoir on the mathematical theory of electrodynamic phenomena. Lynn?
Who is Ampere?
Ampere. Andre Ampere, yes.
Mouse pads for 2.
To no surprise, Basil, the great mouse detective, resides on this London street. Lynn?
What is Baker Street?
Correct.
Mouse pads for 4.
In Alice in Wonderland, this rodent is seen dozing at the tea party and is rudely awakened. Terry?
What's the dormouse?
Correct.
National coats of arms for 4.
A banner reading "The love of liberty brought us here" tops this West African nation's coat of arms. Terry?
What's Liberia?
Yes.
National coats of arms for 6.
This country's coat of arms dates back to the 13th century when an axe and the crown of St. Olaf were added to a lion. Sean?
What is Norway?
You got it.
How about mouse pads for 600, please?
In this royal 1987 movie, the rodents of unusual size are living it up big time in the fire swamp. Sean?
What is the Princess Bride?
Yes.
Mouse pads for 800, please?
A cat named Oil Can Harry was the nemesis of this rodent, who was introduced in the 1940s and lived in Terrytown. Lynn?
Who is Stuart Little?
No. Terry or Sean?
Who is Mighty Mouse?
Terry says, who is Mighty Mouse? And he's right.
National coats of arms for 8.
The white lion with a double tail on its coat of arms was granted to Bohemia in the 1100s. Terry?
What's the Czech Republic?
Right.
National coat of arms for 1,000.
Answer, Daily Double. You have just taken the lead, and you have $3,000 to invest.
I'll bet 1,000.
All right, here is the clue. This country's coat of arms is framed by the Pillars of Hercules, which are topped by crowns.
What's Spain?
Spain, yes, Pillars of Hercules. Strait of Gibraltar. Good move.
Let's go with also a presidential name. 200.
In Exodus chapter 3, verse 2, it burned with fire and was not consumed. Lynn?
What's a bush?
The bush is right, and that takes you up to 1,200. You're still in third place, and we're going to take a break for these messages.
Now through Sunday, it's Crescent's store-wide sale. with savings of up to 50% off. Plus, take an extra 10% off the entire store. Now through Sunday only at Crescent Jewelers.
Limited edition gifts for everyone on your list, from autographed guitars to ornaments with Swarovski crystals, while supplies last, starting November 26th.
The stockings were hung round the chimney with care, and Santa took notice, 'cause Empire'd been there. They got carpet and laminate and wood flooring too, saved 50% and have more than a year till payments are due. They shopped right at home, just one day to install. You'll even get a free gift with one simple call. For new floors this easy, there's only one way. Pick up the phone and call Empire today.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Here's to the happy couple.
Honey Nut Cheerios. When something tastes great and can help lower cholesterol, what's not to love?
Honey Nut Cheerios. Be happy, be healthy.
And try a touch of yogurt-flavored sweetness with your Cheerios. Yogurt Burst Cheerios. You're gonna love them in strawberry and vanilla.
Now through Sunday, it's Crescent store-wide sale with savings of up to 50% off. Plus, take an extra 10% off the entire store. Now through Sunday only at Crescent Jewelers.
Welcome back. I don't know why it is, but for the past week and a half, we've been talking a lot about weddings. Sean Dillon from Pasadena, California. You had an unusual guest at your wedding.
I did indeed. My wife and I were lucky enough to be married at the Santa Barbara Zoo, and we had a crooked-necked giraffe just beyond our wedding party.
Didn't come into the wedding party.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Because they drink a lot, you know.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah. They're unruly, but they're quiet.
Yes.
Terry Flommer from Fairfax, Virginia, a foreign service officer who has served all over the world and has been a big Jeopardy fan, I understand, for a long time. But you can't get Jeopardy in so many of these foreign countries. So how did you manage?
Well, my sister Barb, who's actually here today, taped the shows and sent them to me, and I'd get a big box full of videotapes, and my wife and I would sit down and run through them on the TV.
That's neat, isn't it? Okay. Lynn Sherwin is our champion. It says here that you and your husband were featured in an article about couples who cannot discuss their work with each other.
Yeah, we work in the same department in competing newspapers. I work in Akron and he works in Cleveland. When we met, we were working for the same paper, but then when we had to try to relocate, we ended up at two opposite newspapers.
Which newspaper do you work for, the Plain Dealer?
I work for the Beacon Journal. He works for the Plain Dealer.
The Plain Dealer. Okay, good. Well, that sounds reasonable. Pick up your signaling device, check out the categories that remain, and make a selection for me.
Mouse pads for 1,000.
Answer. Better beans and bacon in peace than cakes and ale in fear is from the tale of these two title Aesop rodents. Sean.
Who are the city mouse and the country mouse?
Correct.
How about Chico, Harpo, or Groucho for 200, please?
Hosted a successful quiz show on TV and radio. Terry.
Who's Groucho?
Right.
For 4, Groucho.
Recreated his famous mirror scene from Duck Soup on an episode of I Love Lucy. Sean.
Who's Harpo?
Correct.
How about Chico for 600, please?
Coming only 3 days after the death of Elvis, his passing attracted less attention. Sean?
Who's Groucho?
Yeah.
Chico, Harpo, or Groucho for 800, please?
His real first name was Adolf. Sean?
Who's Harpo?
Correct.
I guess I'll try for 1,000, please.
The oldest. Terry?
Who's Chico?
Yeah.
Also presidential name for 4.
Burn on, Big River. In 1969, this city's Cuyahoga River actually caught fire. Lynn.
It was Cleveland.
Yes.
Presidential name for 6.
In 1907, Murray Spangler invented a suction sweeper that led to this company's formation the following year. Lynn.
What is Hoover?
Yeah.
Presidential name for 8.
Perforate. What is Pierce? President Franklin Pierce. Lynn.
Presidential name for 1,000.
To bestow or confer, especially by a formal act. Sean.
What is Grant?
Grant is right.
How about what's up clock for 200, please?
In a Mother Goose nursery rhyme, these 3 words precede the mouse ran up the clock. Sean.
What are Hickory, Dickory, and Dock?
Yes.
What's up clock for 400, please?
In Peter Pan, it swallowed Captain Hook's right hand and an alarm clock, so you could hear it coming. Terry.
What's the crocodile?
Yeah.
For 6.
In My Cousin Vinny, Marissa Tomei complains about the ticking of this type of clock, specific to women. Sean?
What is a biological clock?
Right.
What's up clock for 800, please?
You can recognize Germany's House of 1,000 Clocks by its water wheel and this type of clock on the side of the house. Sean?
What is a glockenspiel?
No. Lynn?
What is a cuckoo clock?
Cuckoo clock, right.
What's up clock for 1,000?
It's a rigid body on a fixed horizontal axis that is free to rotate under the influence of gravity. Sean?
What is a pendulum?
Pendulum, you got it, and that does it for the first round. Everybody in good shape, but Lynn trailing the fellows, so she will select first in Double Jeopardy after this.
From Paris to Bangkok to the Caribbean.
You're going to Jamaica.
Travel the world from the comfort of your own home. It's International Flavor Week on Wheel of Fortune.
Tonight at 7:30 here on ABC 7.